Welcome traders, welcome to another live streaming. Coming up, CPI. We'll be trading live this news event. So there is some hot news and that made the market pretty volatile at the moment. So I just see there a little bit of high impact news in 5 minutes ago that has made the market to be very volatile. So what you can see here on what daily China is done, subject to finally approval with President Xi and me, we are getting 55% tariffs. China is getting 10%. So how did that impacted gold price? So we see that as soon as this information has come out, we see there is a pretty a big impulse here. There is a rejection of the higher price again. Now this news bringing the gold price to the support level, or it's again pushing back to the upside. We'll see that here. This is 5 minutes time frame, and another question is the market to reverse or return back again in the direction of the trend. For me, I think the bullish trend is still maintaining. If you look at the market on the daily support, and our bias here is still in the direction of the trend, but at any point you could see that a sentiment change. But here at the moment, so far in this lower time frame, we can see the market trend is in this area. How this price action is closing also important. If we see a strong bear move, we might see the market to break below. But if we see the candle closed as a bull candle, we might see that continuation to the upside. So waiting for a clean move to see. As if you look at here, it's a from the daily, the market on the daily support level, and we can see that from the daily support level, the price potentially to come in that area. So okay guys, so we can see that rejection in this area. Guys, got a little bit of break here. So with that 15 minutes remaining for the data to come up, and what we can see here, there is a rejection as we discussed. With the news, there is a manipulation, and the market has just got back to the upside with another impulse. We are running a trade here, and I think the price may potentially to revert back in the major direction of the trend. We see there is a breakout structure, and now let's see that if we have an entry here in that area as the market started to break above. We already, as I mentioned, on a trade to the upside, and this is here we can see a potential a reversal pattern, and with this inverted head and shoulder, if we see the market start to trend back up again, then we may see the price to go back again to the neckline of this previous liquidity zone here. So I'm waiting for the members to show up, all of them. Guys, if you are here, say yes in the live chat. I'm waiting to see all the members to be on the live so that we can do the full analysis and trade setup. And I hope that you are enjoying the live session that we are doing every day. Make sure you give a thumbs up, smash it if you haven't done yet. All right, cool. Now here is the manipulation candle with the news. Just, most of the time you'll see that it doesn't change the trend unless it's a very different news. More often you'll see it will just make a liquidity grab because it's the panic, and then it just go back again where it was starting. And that being said, here with this inverted head and shoulder, okay, now the question is the market again moving back up here. There is a liquidity zone in this area here. This is the swing high, the previous one, 3342 level, and looks like that the market's trying to push back up. 30 minutes, it's also a bull candle. And looking at the 1 minute, now there is a liquidity gap here, as you can see. That liquidity gap, okay, with that liquidity gap, the market dropped to that support, and we can see that has got that reaction back again. So here is an imbalance in this market, in this zone. So there is a 41 pip move possible to the upside for short term. Now for us to enter, coming up 10 minutes, there is a news. Now it's as we mentioned, we are on the trade. Now that news might take the price back to the upside or spike down. For us to find the entry, let's wait for the data to come up. Looking at the Forex Factory calendar again, in terms of calendar, and 10:30 p.m. core CPI, and all of them has forecast. So if we see the information coming here is deviate from the forecast, we might see that a little more volatility than the usual. But if the data coming almost matching the forecast, more often you see that the volatility less. So the way we see the market preparing, the possibility for move back is higher than others. So that being said, here is the 5 minutes move, and Now before the news we have 10 minutes. Let's see if we can take a quick entry before the news to give us that possibility for a TP hit. And this is support from the 5 minutes. So the trade we are running here on Xauusd, if you look at here, I'm looking at the 5 minutes again. We are running a pretty big trade here in that area on Xauusd, and that trade being that one here to 155 pip target. And I think with the spike coming up on the news may give that market to have that possible shift back to the upside here. Now as the market is in a again another new impulse back to the upside after this manipulation here, that and the news might take that price further to the upside. Good morning and welcome, Ronald. Good morning. And Andrew, so what is saying about GBPJPY? Yes, thank you very much. For GBPJPY also we were looking at I was looking at early on USD pairs, British pound USD, British pound US dollar, dollar yen, and dollar yen is in a bullish move that we can see after this break of structure. It started to move back again. So with the news we can expect a move on dollar yen. Euro dollar also bullish, looking at the support here. And we'll time to time we'll look at the currencies to see what kind of move we might see. British pound US dollar as well, but I think it's also possibly to be bullish for the time being. And among all of them I will keep eye on dollar yen mostly, and also the GBPJPY showing that bullish. So yen pairs along with dollar yen and GBPJPY. If you look at the 4 hour, you can see there is a sharp liquidity gap here crossing that 10 and 20 EMA. The market has made its move back to the upside. So this is the intraday support on GBPJPY, and the market has made its initial bounce from that level. So with that being said, GJ and then dollar yen. Okay, so dollar yen is approaching that 4 hour intraday support here, and with that intraday support, if we look at on dollar yen, we can look for that possible upside momentum here, and this is where the important level on dollar yen. There is a 4 hour this is 4 hour candle, which is we see there is a rejection here, there is a rejection here. Therefore any drop back below is where we can look for, you know, that entry. So as this is a 10 and 20 EMA crossover, and then strong rejection back up to the upside. So this instrument, any drop to this neckline of the inverted head and shoulder will be possibility to go long. So we will keep eye at the moment on dollar yen and on XAUUSD. Gold started to bounce with very aggressive move at the moment. We have 5 minutes before the news to come up, and the trade I was running on dollar yen on gold, which is almost moving back again in the major direction of the trend. So here, as the market prepared for another possible move in the major direction of the trend, if we look at the daily price action here, you can see that this is the daily support, and from this daily support it has made its initial bounce back towards the upside here. This is the 30 minutes candlestick pattern, and as soon as this candlestick pattern is closing, we would see that move and also the news coming. So that might be a starting of another possible break back to the upside, and I think we may see a shift in again to the upside here. If you look at this market on the 15 minutes and other lower time frame, we can see that the trend has broken many times here. Okay, so this kind of market is a possibility for further bullish momentum back to the upside here. So looking at the NFP zone, this is the NFP where there was a data. This is where, if you look at here, you can see this is the zone where the market made its big move. And I have also posted analysis early today. You guys have seen that. This is what we discussed. So we can see the market prepared here many times for a breakout. So what I think that now with multiple again here false breakdown and then revert back up, so the trend may continue to go back to again 3364 level. What do you think? I think it's gonna move back again to 3364 level, and for us the best entry will be just after the news. I'm just waiting for the data to come up, and here if we see a spike down and return back again, because it's already has made an impulse from here. Okay, so it's a clean impulse to the neckline from here, expecting a pullback again with the data coming up in 1 minute. And if it is breaking below here again, we might be able to find another entry. We are already running a trade from here, and that trade is currently around 100 pip up, so we'll be waiting for another entry. So let's delete the previous trade here, and I'm still running, but just the lines and all the sketches for us to look for a fresh zone for further entry opportunity. Gold direction. Hey, gold trade indicator. Okay, so thought on DXY. DXY, that we see that with the, so first of all, let's look at the news, so what's happened with that, and then we will be going back to other zones. So that's CPI, all of them 0.1%. So that's might be giving some negative zone. That's, as I mentioned, is oh shit, that's a big drop here. How did this impact it? That's a massive bounce on gold as well. So this is what happened with the data, as I mentioned, breakdown on DXY, and that has given a pretty massive bounce on gold, and the TP hit with our trade. This is a massive one. That's cool. And with that being said, a big change in the market sentiment. Okay, so let's see how we can take this move again. All right, so probably we might be able to find an entry very soon. This is the 1 minute. Okay, I'm close to the big trade with gold that we have opened in the community, which is pretty big one. Now let's look at, for this is what I always tell guys, that for bigger trade is important to remain patient here. So this is 15 minutes bullish move. The market has prepared with a bigger potential bigger impulse, and now looking at the lower time frame, let's wait for an entry now. For our, so this move we can expect it to go back to the NFP, where the NFP manipulation started. From here we might be able to find further movement. So this is where 1 minute chart. Okay, we'll be waiting for a pullback here. I'd like to place pending order after we see enough drop in for a pullback. And okay, placing a buy stop above this high and stop loss below this low. Okay, so this is a bullish move, and to this level, come on, it's very fast. Before we place the buy stop, it just crossing our entry. So pretty volatile, and not being able to enter yet. So before we place the pending order, it just cross our entry. I will be patient here, because when the market have a very stronger move, better to wait. I was expecting a pullback for an entry, so you see that it's pushing very aggressively, and better to wait for the pullback. Okay, patience is key. When there is saying that, you know, when everyone is greedy, be fearful. When everyone is fearful, be greedy. That's how it is. So now, greedy, the market is greedy. Okay, so be patient, like be fearful, wait for the pullback, and once it prepared for another move, we will be looking into that. I hope that you guys understanding the point here. And I think may drop further because of the DXY going up. Not DXY, we saw that drop, pretty strong drop on DXY, and that drop basically on DXY may make gold to be bullish, because they trade in a opposite directional bias. So okay, so here is gold is that you can see. And okay, so this one single move, wanting to see it's coming for significant pullback, and then we can look into the entry. In the meantime, guys, I would appreciate if you give a like here for this session, so that it goes to the like nearly to the view. So that's come on. Okay, it's one single move. One single move. So the data has given very negative uh, impact on DXY. So that we can see that has made the market to be pretty impressively bullish on gold. And so this is 1 minute, and this is a pretty strong impulse. Now, as we mentioned earlier, if you look at the 15 minutes here, this is the NFP zone where the market made its move. And therefore, if we look at here, expecting for the market to come for a deeper, this is where you need to see that it dropped to that level for a deeper pullback. And very high probable that it's gonna move to this 364 level. Okay, so it's getting possibly a reaction in that direction. I need to wait for an entry, and looking at, yeah, so you'd like to see here another deeper drop. So let's keep track on the 4-hour time frame to see possible level. and the 1 hour and 30 minutes multi-time frame analysis. If we look at that, this is a move. Okay, now waiting for a drop, and then because it already made its an initial bounce here, any drop to certain level of pullback can give us an entry opportunity to trade up to 3364 level. Now looking at the, if we watch the price action on 5 minutes, then we can see that this is the impulse, and looking at 5 minutes, there is also advantage to see a little time before the candle close. We have time to for the entry. So let's keep, because the market is pretty volatile, better to look at 5 minutes to see where the possible entry. And here we may see that deeper pullback and then to return again. And by the way, guys, if you are enjoying this session, make sure you give a thumbs up, and also like we do every day, we'll look for the best trade possible as soon as we see that entry. And as with the CPI, this is the 5 minute chart that we are looking at on gold. We see that here is, you can spot an inverted head and shoulder, a bit stronger and bigger, but that's what happened here. After the crossover has 10 up 20 EMA, it has broken back to the upside. So currently you can see it's creating possible structure from the 1 minute. It's breaking below. So now once it's gonna drop well below, we can look for placing pending order. Okay, so here I'm going to place a buy stop in this liquidity zone here above this green candle. It's a buy stop, and keeping the stop loss below this low, and we will be target to the NFP candle that we discussed. I would like to keep the stop loss a little higher here, so the stop loss will be nearly to 44 pip, and so the buy stop is, once the market will manage to bounce, we will be entering into the trade. So it's a buy stop at 3358.83, stop loss at 3354.43, and TP target will be at 3364.02. So this is a buy stop, and if the market create another impulse to the upside, expecting a new higher high to the NFP zone. But if the market drop potentially down again, if it drop, then we'll readjust the entry again for the possible drop here. So place the buy stop at 3358.83. Now, if the market doesn't move from here back to the upside to create a new higher high, if it continues to drop further, we will be readjusting the entry. At the moment, place at 3358.83, stop loss at 3354.43, TP at 3364.02. We'll be waiting for that possible move back in that direction. And once we see enough drop, we will be entering into this. Okay, not expecting. Okay, I was not expecting from the DXY possible for a fake out. For DXY, that we can see the market has made a significant breakdown because of the, definitely it's because of the news. Okay, so now that move, that drop on DXY, because the market trend is still bearish, and also we have discussed in the weekly forex forecast also that this market may remain bearish, and we see that it almost did the same way. Now that being said, we may see that DXY coming to this long-term support. So because DXY is bearish, we may see that opposite directional effect on gold because they are mostly mirror. Now here we can see that the market start to trend, and that trend may potentially come back further here. So if you look at here, you can see that it may come back further below. Okay, so if you look at here, this is the lower time frame price action, and that might lead that price back below. So locally we can see that bearish move. Market is falling in that direction here. So if we see further drop well below, then we might be able to find here a bullish entry. So that if it drops well below, then we will be readjusting our entry. Now it is possible for the market to drop further. If it drop further, then we will be readjusting our entry little below here, so that we have a bigger space for possible take profit target. And it's on a key level. It's on a key level here. Right, so we will be adjusting our pending order from this level well below here, because if this market breaks above, we might see continuation back again. So changing the pending order here from this, our TP target will be remain in the same place, but the entry bringing to new entry at 3354.57. So 3354.57, and stop loss at 3350.23, 3350.23, and TP target placing at here 3363.65, 3363.65. So we're placing the TP. If the market revert from here, this is a new entry on Xauusd, pending order, not by market. So the price placing at 3354.57, so new pending order here, and the stop at, so we have, if the market return 43 pip, it's had a big drop again. It's futile now to place the same entry. We see that big drop. Okay, let's see what the market is potentially be doing. We might be we have to readjust the entry again. We see that a big drop. So 15 minutes, a complete break below, and looking at 30 minutes, it's on the 30 minutes support. So there is a possibility for a rejection from here. And so what we will be doing, because the market made a significant drop here, it's on the 30 minutes support. Let's delete this everything. We might be even able to enter by market. Let's wait to see. 158 pip here to this level 63. So I'm going to enter this trade by market long. Stop loss will be just below this 20 EMA, and expecting TP target to go back to here 3363 level. So this is an entry by market trade that I am entering with around 80 pip stop loss here with proper risk management, which is the key. So placing my trade with buy entry with a direct market order, and this is the third trade for today. The stop loss placing me at 335.22, and this is a very sharp breakdown. What I think that we may see potential rejection. So the stop loss here is around 84 pip. The market on the 30 minute support. From here, expecting a rejection back again in the major direction of the trend, as this is a significant bull market here. So we had a pretty big one early with the news, and you can see that here this trade, we see the market has crossed that low. Come on, it's manipulation. Now if in case we are stopped out, I will be re-entering again based on that move, but it's still on the trade. And So this is how far it's coming down. It's a very unusual drop. Let's wait to see. If it reject, then we might see that complete break above, and it's very unusual move. Here, stopped out, and we will be re-entering again. That's a very big drop. We'll be re-entering as soon as I think this market, this move is a false break, and it's on the 1 hour support. This is 15 minutes move. Looking at this on the 5 minutes, this is highly likely to see a potential rejection. Let's look at to see where the market in relation to the pricing. Here is 90 pip. Okay, so I will be again re-entering this trade, again targeting to 64, 63 level. I'm going bullish for this trade again, and this time stop loss at 3324.94 and stop loss at 3324.94 with a only tight stop loss. And I'm again bullish entry by market. TP target 3363.47, which will be almost 3 to 3.5 times once the market goes that direction. And okay, so if this one going in that direction, we will be able to get all that a big move. So here is the 15 minutes big rejection here, and so I am again on the trade, which started to move again back up. So the stop loss here for me at 3324.94, TP target placing at 3363.47. This is if we look at the 1 hour, we can see that pretty strong bullish move. Now expecting to continue. 1 hour candle closed here, and let's wait for rejection back possibly, or breaking below and then moving up. So if you look at the 15 minutes, you can see that this is a big bounce and rejection again to the neckline, which is a kind of possible revert back again. Right, so here is the key level. So are you guys with me with this trade? You can say yes if you are. If anyone trading with me, this maybe a reversal could be, but I think because it's a bull market, if you look at the daily, you can see the market again has dropped to the daily low. So always trading with the trend is the smartest way to trade, even because when you are with the trend, direction of the trend, even if you are wrong in your approach 1 time, 2 time, still you will be profitable for long time. So because if you look at the 15 minutes, you can see that this is a pretty long candle, and with this one single move, the price has come to this neckline of this inverted head and shoulder. So there was an inverted head and shoulder here. It moved back up. So as this market straight dropped to the inverted head and shoulder with one single impulse, possibility to revert back up is higher. Let's see how it is doing. We have placed our stop loss well below the key level. In case if it wants to grab more liquidity, we have some space here to look at to see what kind of market it might be, price it might be forming. So 1 hour chart here, also one long candle, and so there is a possibility for a weak fill as 4 hour. If you look at, you can see the market on the 4 hour support, and that 4 hour candle is a pretty long bullish candle. Therefore, is still probability for the market to go up again to fill that candle, as we still have 1 hour for this candle to close. And five minutes now. Yeah, I think it is possible to have a rejection as the market on a key level of support. Now, if we are right on that approach in such a big move, we can hold the trade for potentially a little bigger profit target here. And so looking at the 5 minutes, and this is the 5 minutes candle closing another one, which has come well below to this support. As we discussed earlier, and as we discussed earlier, from here, if it revert, we can expect a complete break above again with a new momentum. And I hope that, guys, you're enjoying the live session that we are doing every day. If you're enjoying, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. And I do share daily analysis, trade ideas, content that I'm posting every day. Also stay connected by joining the Telegram channel here. More often I do share some trades in the trade ideas in the Telegram channel, where you can also get daily updates. Today we had a big one that I have shared in the Telegram, also came out to be profitable trade. So the ideas was played out as expected, and now what we can see here, This is 15 minutes. Let's wait for the market. I think we might see rejection again. Let's see, because the trend is up. This is a complete break below, and the possibility for going back up is higher. And with this move, once I'm on the trade, guys, if you are on the trade, let's say yes, but don't double up the position. Definitely if it goes in our favor, it's gonna be almost 300 pip gain in that direction. So let's hold on to that. Let's wait for that. Just say yes if you are on the trade. But I no, it's a market order. Okay, J double, you are on the trade. Anyone else? Now if it return back in the major direction of the trend, it should go back almost to 3364 level, which is a possibility. And anyone else with this trade? Ellen, welcome, thank you. Good afternoon. Now looking to see that bounce. Kate, welcome. All right, cool. Let's just one thing, guys, keep in mind that keep the risk smaller. Well done, well done. Keep the risk smaller so that we can use over and over again the same setup with a smaller risk. All right, so there is a breakup structure here. This is a breakup structure. I did discuss in our last VIP trading room Zoom class this kind of move, why we should be entering this kind of move, and we see this kind of move again, and that's where you have entered. Let's see the let the rest of the things leave it on the market to give us that setup. Still waiting for an entry even after the hourly close. Okay, Collins. Hello, sir. Gold half due to Trump common deal done. Yes. You know, that comment has given a pretty strong move along with the data, along with the dollar CPI has fueled the price. Now, this is basically, you will see this kind of move doesn't more often doesn't create any reversal. Rather, this kind of news, what it does, it brings the price to the baseline for further entry, which another way of calling is called so the price to come to its true intrinsic value. So you see that any instrument that you can buy, sell, they more often remain deviated from their true intrinsic value, right? So what this news does, or the data, or this kind of event, bring that price again back to its baseline, to the true intrinsic value, where it prepare for, or it give you an opportunity to buy or sell with a very good good price. And for example, that move here, you can see a complete upside, and then it drop again to the support, right? Now the possibility that the market to push back up, as it may drop also, but depending on which one was the true intrinsic value of this market, this one or that one. If this news has taken to this here, to the level where it is very good for sell, you could see that continuation to the downtrend. But for me, in my analysis, the true intrinsic value here for buying, but I could be wrong. At anyone can be wrong at any given point of time. This is trading, guys. Are you in the trade? Yes, I am on the trade. I'm on the bullish trade with many of the members. Now it's okay to be wrong, right? It's not not a problem to be wrong in trading. It's more important to know what you are doing, how you are trading. When you are wrong, that's okay. You can trade again and again and again based on a strategy. Okay, so here we can see the market. For me, it is possible to have potential a bounce back up. So if we are right in our approach, it's gonna be almost 300 pip call here, guys. So let's try to catch that. Do you believe that it's gonna go up? I think so. Let's see. If it goes back up, we might see straight back to the NFP level that we have seen. This is the NFP zone. Our TP target is just below that level, and I think if it goes back up, we might see the market to cross the 3364 level, and waiting to see if that's the thing happening. So here is an we can see that there is an inverted the structure formation bounce, and let's see if it is moving in that direction here for another momentum, another impulse back to the upside here. All right, cool. We can see that there is a liquidity grab and then pushing back towards the upside here. So dodgy on the 5 minutes now. Hope that I'm back on track. There's a little bit of delay. All right, so let's wait. Yeah, we can see the market pushing back up again, and yeah, here is, guys, there is a little bit of delay in the stream. I hope that that's got back again. And are you guys with me? So can you hear me? Can you say yes if you can hear me? The stream back on track. Are you in the trade? Yep. Welcome. Thank you, Kevin. Welcome. Very good. So we are on the trade. The trade is running in. We'll be holding on to that here. I'm running in around 89 pip profit. Would like to hold on for this potential 300 pip. And yes, thank you. Well, cool. It's pushing back in that direction, so which is the market didn't cross that that 120 EMA, so which is a pretty possibility that the price will go back up again in the direction. So this is what we discussed on our last Zoom in the BIP live trading room. Those who learned the strategy on last Sunday, we had two sessions, Saturday and Sunday. I would highly encourage you to guys to attend the live Zoom class on the VIP live trading room, where you learn the real strategy that I'm trading. If you're on the premium, then don't miss out. Okay, really, if you really want to learn the real secret of becoming a profitable trader. If you are not on the premium, currently if every day we take 1 or 2 members from the free Telegram upgraded to the premium. So if you want to stay in that waiting list, anytime you can get an access. More often we share the coupon, fully discounted coupon for 1% whenever we think that we can take 1 member in the academy. So if you are on the free Telegram, keep eye on the post that is given on the free Telegram. From there, you might be able to get access to the premium at any point, where on the VIP live trading room. Also with that one, you can, for those who will be on the academy, will be able to access everything, including my trading tools, strategies, education, and mentorship program. So Telegram link given in the live chat. You can stay connected by clicking that Telegram and wait for any post, educational post. That will also, even if you are not being able to enter into the premium, in the free Telegram, I do share many of the trade ideas that may transform your trading completely. Today, if you guys look at the one that we have shared, this is these are real education that you can find. This is what we bought on the daily support. The market dropped to that with one single move, and I have shared that same idea on the free Telegram. The market has made this move, complete back to the upside, and we gained that trade. We had that trade was, so we bought at 3330 level. The TP hit at 3346 level, which is 165 pip profit on this trade, the one that I have shared in this trade. And I hope that for those who are on the free Telegram also get that benefit. That's the main goal, the education posted, so that you guys can get access to the full detail given, so that you understand it. Now strategy is the one that we discussed in our last Zoom on the VIP live trading room. This is what we talk about, that one single move, simple strategy, guys. Keep in mind that professional traders, they don't use any complex strategy. Simplicity is the key. Why you need to use the simple strategy. You might see a lot of noise out there will tell you need this, that. You don't need a lot of stuff. Why? let's understand it. You see our mind, okay, not able to do focus on many things. Trading requires a high level of attention and focus. The more focus you have, the better is your trading decision. Let me tell you why. Especially if you are trading on the lower time frame. Now if you are trading on higher time frame, you might have some more time to make your trading decision, but that's slow, right? You can trade on 4 hour, but to gain 2% or 1% in a month is a struggle with 4 hour time frame. But if you are trading on 5 minutes, 15 minutes, even with 30 minutes time frame, you might have more often, even with higher time frame, until the candle close. It's very difficult for you to determine what might be happening after the candle close. So let me give you an idea. What do I mean by that? You see guys, this candle, let's see the 30 minutes. Okay, so you see that this 30 minutes price action, first move was complete bounce, right? In the last moment, it is straight drop back. So if you look at the 1 minute or the 5 minutes price action more often in the market, now if you are looking at the 5 minutes, you see that this 5 minutes candle in the last maybe 30 seconds, it is straight drop again. So it was a bull candle. In the last 10, 15, 30 seconds, it completely has become a bear candle. The price action changes within a very short period of time. So you have only fractional minute to make your trading decision. How can you look at a bunch of information, a lot of information that will take you, it's called the analysis paralysis, to make your trading decision that you need to make it within 20 seconds, either to buy or sell. You might either press buy or not, sell or not. That much of time, that fractional moment you have to make your trading decision. So if you look at 10,000 things, that you're not going to be able to make the correct decision in that case. And that is why you need a simple system to understand either to take the trade or not to. And that's why all my strategy simple, so simple that we also have automated most of our strategies, which is making a great deal of you guys, for those who are in the academy, you know that how we have our automated system along with our regular trading. This is what needed at the moment, right? There are many traders. We want to help everyone. Some traders have time to full time. Now, the greatest struggle of becoming a trader that I have seen in my, when I started trading, I was doing a full-time job, and it's a very difficult to transition from a job to the trading full-time, because trading full-time is freedom, but you can't learn and then go from job to directly full-time trading. You need a gap. So how can you learn that and then come to full-time? But we have that system that our members can run automatic when they are working or sleeping, when they are learning, because there is a big learning curve in trading. So the simple system is easy to implement, easy to run, okay? And that's what needed as a trader, to keep it simple, nothing complicated. In fact, you don't need that complicated system, okay? all scientists said the same kind of things, that if you cannot explain something to 5-year-old kid, then you don't understand it. Trading strategy like that, if you don't able to explain your trading strategy to a non-trader, then you don't know that strategy. Note that down as a quote here from Forex Wizard. If you are not able to explain clearly your trading strategy to a non-trader who have never seen trading, then you don't understand trading. So you have to be able to explain your trading system to a person who have never traded, and he has to understand it. Then you understand trading. And that's what it is. Okay, that's what the system that I have in the academy. Anyone can trade and started to grow their account from day one. That's why this academy is special. If you guys want to stick to the channel, make sure you connect to all links. Okay, right? Join the Telegram, visit the website, subscribe to the channel, and also press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. Now here we see that the pullback. Now we'll be waiting to see this market to potentially revert back to the upside. Let's wait for that. Okay, so here it's forming a structure. Now we don't want to see that this is a head and shoulder, which could be, but I think it's, let's wait to see. Okay, let's wait to see. Here is a doji from the 30 minutes, so which is basically a big long candle followed by a slowdown. We may see the market to potentially go back up again to create a new higher high. We will be waiting for that to happen. Waiting to see. Okay, so here to create a reversal, it takes a little time. Now it might try to grab again and then to potentially reverse or to return again. But this is the 1 hour. Let's look at the 30 minutes. Let's wait for the market to show possible directional bias. Thank you for that. Okay, we can't see you. Okay, yeah, why you guys can't see me? That's so sad. My apology. I have a little bit of sometime, you know, when focused, forgot to turn on the camera. But I hope that you guys can see me. Let's wait to see here. Now would like to see possible reversal here. I'm holding on to that with the proper risk management. At our entry, but I think we might see that bounce potentially. There will be some always pullback or drawdown, but we'll be waiting to see that the market to potentially reject back. If it revert from here, we might see the straight going back to the high here. Where is your entry set at, please? So my entry, yeah, we are on the trade at I'm running a little in profit at the moment, so with the trade, and okay, you can see that a bounce. You can see that bounce here, and that's a good sign to see possible rejection back to the upside. All right, so holding on to that, and with that move, we might see the market to potentially continue to rise back to the upside to create a new higher high. Waiting for that market to push back to the upside, and that, as I mentioned, if it start to reverse, we might see straight going back up to the long-term resistance line. So looking at the 1 minute, let's wait to see if it is breaking above, and then we might see the market to revert again in the direction of the trend. All right, cool. And that's why we would like to see that another inverted head and shoulder here with this left shoulder, right shoulder to return, or if even it's breaking below, I'm still in the probability for the market to get back to the direction. Now lower time frame, if this market is consolidating here, which is also possible sign of rejection towards the upside. Here is slowly building up the pressure. Now we have 4-hour close coming, which is 20 minutes for this candle to close. And looking at the daily, from the daily, this is pretty sharp bounce. I would like to see that rejection again in that direction for another possible move back to this neckline here. Now, if this market reverses to that, I think our first TP we can take at 3355 level, and then can hold for some position to the top, or if it reach that far, also 200 pip, which is not bad, we can set TP 3355 if the market going back in that direction, which is a probability. And yeah, because if this market breaking above, the possibility to go to 3355 is higher than going to 3363 level, because this is a new zone, but this one is where the price already has made its pattern here. So I'm going to move my TP to 3355 level. Okay, so that's what we'll be looking to see if it is breaking above, because there is a structure formation. If it goes up, we want to take that at high probability level than anywhere else. So readjusting the TP at 3355.79. Cool, we can see that more possibly here to return, and I set my TP at 3355.79. Now if the market having that reaction back to the upside, this is the for me the best place to take profit, which will be almost to 206 pip profit target, pretty big if the market goes in that direction, which is we can so far we see the market is maintaining that series of higher low, which is a trend continuation potentially back to the upside. So the 5 minutes candle closing as a it's the 1 hour, and looking at 30 minutes. There's a breakup from this level to this support. Now here what you can see the price after this breakdown. This was the starting of a big move here, this support, and the market has come to that support back again with another clean impulse. Now looking at from that place here, okay, we'll see that if this drop to that support is where okay, so here we see the break of this support, and now if it is a false breakout, false breakdown, we may see return, expecting rebound back. Let's wait to see what kind of market structure it is forming. Okay, again returning. So this is a from this structure drop back below. Now if this move return, then yeah, we still can expect it to go back up. Let's wait to see how it is retesting now this support, and if this support retest now fail, if it is forming a long wick, then we might see drop. Otherwise from this retest we could see again returning to the direction. Now 10 minutes for the 4-hour candle to close here, which is which is closing as a long wick in this area. There is still possibility for return. I'm holding on to that yet. Okay, here it's trying to push back to the upside, and so we could see that possible. Still, I'm still hopeful that the market will push back to the upside. I think that's got in track. Okay, so back on track. Now here is in this area it's consolidating, and we see 4-hour close coming, and expected 4-hour to remain a bull candle, but we see that it might be closing as a doji. Now that candle, now the question is, it gonna be a bearish move further, or we could see again bounce? So still we the price action here, look at the 1-minute chart forming a structure. I'm still expecting to bounce back up. Let's see how the 4-hour close, and if it is closing as a doji, it may have a very sharp rejection from the top. Now with the candle close, we see 1-2 more minutes for this price to close completely, and that candle close may give new direction, or it's gonna remain in the same direction. So let's wait to see how the price closing with the 4-hour. Now candle close on the 4-hour time frame, and the imbalance, which direction, that's what we need to look at here. Okay, from here a rejection, that's what we will be waiting to see. If we look at the 4 hour again, we can see that this is the 4 hour price action. There was a big long candle, and from the daily also the price has dropped to the daily support from the 1 hour bear candle. Now this market had a little stronger rejection, so now that rejection is may cause the market to be further slide down possibly. Therefore any pullback to the upside can be an opportunity for us to either close earlier or to see what's happening here in that area. So 4 hour chart, there is a candle form and the trend is still remaining here. Okay, so now with this move, the price may have a short-term bounce. If it goes up 33 above 3340 level, we might be closing the trade with running profit, because from here expecting an upside bias. Let's come to the support level. Now if the trend continues to the downside, it might see that drop. Waiting to see a possible rejection here. Now that rejection, if it goes back up, we can expect it to cross that 334344 level, and that's where we will be potentially to see if it is going back up there. We'll be exiting the trade, as there is a very sharp rejection from the top. And it might even create a circular structure here on the lower time frame, and then could go back up like that. wherever the more if retail traders start to sell, the smart money might buy and then could go back again to the upside again in that direction. See where it is heading to. Waiting for that. Here it's consolidating. Okay, here is doji formation on the 1 minute, and would like to see if possibility to breaking above. Okay, here you can see that with this doji, it's pushing back upside, waiting to see that possible momentum again. So we see another 5 minutes candle closed. Now here we only have to be patient, guys. This is where also the 15 minutes candle closing, and I think we could see a short-term move here to retest this level. This is the 1 hour price action. So the market structure here showing still possibility to remain bearish, but from here we'll see that if it is going up for a deeper pullback. There's quite a few long wick rejection. Now the only thing that we can look for, I have quite a few questions that are reversal. Okay, might be reversal. I think so. I mean, I'm at 3300 level, so I think obviously the TP 3280. Okay, so this is sometime the market does this, sometime it creates a painful sideway movement, that I would say painful sideways, because when this kind of choppy, now here you can see a nice looking trend, it just doesn't go anywhere, remain in a very narrow zone. We are definitely going lower. There could be downside, but as this is a key level of support, okay, from here we are waiting for now a break of structure, a pullback to the upside, and we will be exiting the trade as soon as the price will cross our entry to the profit zone. As 1 hour candlestick pattern that we can see a bear candle, and if it goes up, then it might again drop further below and then could go back up again. So the 4 hour, a big red candle, and there is a, because the way the market has rejected from the top with a very big rejection, so that rejection might lead the price to come any of this important support. So for us to, for this trade to exit, we want to see a deeper move back to the upside, which where you can see the market is, see the 5 minutes candle closing again, and the 1 minute price action whenever going up, getting that rejection. So it's bearish price action on the 1 minute, so we will be just to wait for that trade to have a pullback deeper. And 15 minutes, let's see how this candle closing. Now it's still creating a series of higher low. It may not directly go to create a higher high, instead you could see pullback and then to drop. So that pullback is what we need here. You can see it's forming a very funny structure. So holding on to that until it goes to any of this level. Okay, so from here it is possible, as I mentioned earlier, that the market to go up for a deeper pullback. We can see slowly is building up that pressure. Now with that, you can see it's now slowly creating a lower time frame reversal. That's what we need to see, that reversal back to any of this key level. Okay, so we can see the market is it has formed this inverted head and shoulder and slowly pushing that price back to the upside. And that being said, we'll be waiting to see that the market to show that pattern in that area. And holding on to that to cross that our entry. And not expecting a very big move, but if we see that it has crossed that entry, and that's where we will be taking the trade out. Okay, you guys can see that it's pushing that back to the upside. And so you see that that push back up in this market. And okay, so pull back. Okay, it's nearing our entry and near to the entry. So where at any point of time we might see again another possible rejection, as this is falling market at the moment. So I am taking the trade out now with the current P&L, and I'm going out with this trade. I don't want to again coming back again to the support. So I'm out with the trade, taking the route with we will be looking for later further entry. This market may come for a deeper that liquidity gap from any of this level before it potentially return. It's on the daily support level, struggling to potentially bounce. So not running that further for further confirmation, then we will be entering into the trade. Again, here it's tested the 20 EMA and then slowly trying to push back down. And I think because there's a big drop, pullback, another drop, pullback, it might try to create some wave in that direction for some more time. So out with the trade, and we will be looking for entry as soon as we can find again. So if you look at, this is the 1 hour, it's almost pushing up for we are going out with this trade, and we will be re-entering as soon as we will find a better entry opportunity. So CPI data, as we have seen that today and coming up, so tomorrow we'll see that. So stay here, tomorrow coming up, $4 p.m. in my zone GDP for GBP, and then again core PPI. So in the same way, we also will be trading PPI in this live session, and I would like you guys to enjoy this session again tomorrow. Together we'll trade together to see what is next. So yeah, where are you putting your TP? Now I'm exit at near entry with few pip drawdown, and would like to wait for I think this market may not be aggressively bullish at the moment. Instead, either move in a sideway, or we might see let's see what kind of market structure is forming. 4 hour candle, a big long wick. Now this market may move in a sideway or try to drop further below. Daily price is bullish, but we can see the lower time frame, quite a few long wick rejection to see what kind of market structure it is forming. We'll be waiting to see. Until we see that clear directional bias, we have to wait for confirmation. So with that said, thank you for joining this, guys, and I'll see you again. We'll trade together very soon. Until that, stay well, stay happy,